Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters, and so tomorrow we're going to be getting the release of Fall Iono and Flutter Main. Yes, we're back for some recording. For how long? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, whatever. So, Fall Iono and Flutter Main. This is a character that, I'll be honest, could be better. Like, she's not horrible or anything like that, but really, I'm just questioning a few things. We'll go into it, right? I'm not going to say I'm not going to say too much, but we'll go into it. So, looking at Iono stats, level 145 stars here. By the way, no infographic. I hope the infographic person is okay. I don't know if they released any statements or not on why they didn't do it, but anyway, whatever. We're just going to be using the website here. So, yeah, anyway. Looking at her stats, she's got 661 health, 132 defense, 159 special defense, 502 special attack, and 336 speed. Good stats, for sure. These are definitely good, some pretty good stats. So, that's good. With 6-star EX investment and her EX roll investment as well, support EX, she's got 821 health. I guess we'll go level 152. Why not? 853 health, 218 defense, 247 special defense. I want to say her defenses before the EX, not great. Even after the EX, still not, like, amazing. But with the EX roll, they definitely do get help. Like she needs the defensive buff here, and she thankfully did get it, right? That does help. 568 special attack. That's a lot of special attack, man. That's one of the best special attack stats in the game. Not like breaking the boundaries, but it's up there for sure. And 394 speed, so good speed stat as well. Like Flutter Main, you know, in base, it's got good special. It's got like these three stats are good. These stats are not, and neither is this. But I mean, honestly, HP's not bad here. Either way, whatever. So, she's a strike support character. It's a good role combination for her specifically because of what she kind of wants to do. So, honestly, I can't really fault that too much. Looking at her moves, she's got Shadow Ball, which would normally suck, but she's got Hit the Gas 5 on it, so it does help. 4 gauge, 148 power at minimum, 20% chance to force special defense. It's still not a fantastic move, but it definitely does get better. The Hit the Gas buff did really help out Shadow Ball quite a bit. How strong is Shadow Ball normally? That's a buddy Shadow Ball. 118 damage. I mean, yeah, I gave her like a 30% power. Actually, well, I guess that's like dupless. Or let's see. Okay, 99 power. There we go. Yeah, it gave her pretty much a 1.5 times power buff on that Shadow Ball. That does help out a lot. And of course, with full investment, it does go up to 177. With realistic investment, 162. So she does get extra buffs upon, extra move levels and whatnot. She's got booster energy like Nemona. I'm sure this is going to be the status quo for almost all Paradox Pokemon. Having booster energy, giving her physical and special moves next when using the move. Yeah, and she's also got Ancient Flutter, like how Nemona has a similar passive, but when she uses a booster energy or an ally turns Weather Sunny, increases the user's special moves next by 1 and restores MP of the user's buddy move. So, utilizing booster energy will give you usage of her buddy move that she does have, as well as giving you special moves next for that buddy move, pretty much. And speaking of, she has Terrifying Shadow Ball, again, her buddy move, which is 4 gauge, 1 uses. It's activated whenever the user uses any move once, and it's deactivated when used. It never misses. It lowers target special defense by 2, lowers target ghost rebuff by 1 rank the first time the attack move is successful each battle, and the power is not lowered even if there are multiple targets. The funny part is that it is literally 2 power better than regular Shadow Ball. That is funny, literally. And then 3 power at 3 out of 5. Like what? 3 power at 5 out of 5. Why is the power discrepancy so small? You could have made this move 200 power and no one would have batted an eye. And I really think you should have, but whatever. Again, it's not a fantastically strong move, but I mean, it is not horrible either. Definitely could be worse. And then Broadcasting Live, her trainer move, which applies super effective next, +4 special attack, and +3 crit. So she does have good self-sufficiency as well, as most modern strikers, most characters in general, tend to do. So that, I mean, it's good. It's +4 special attack, but it +2's whatever. There's a lot of supports that she can benefit off of that give her those stats back. Anyway, looking at the passive skills, again, she's got Ancient Flutter for the special moves next, as well as the Restoration to her buddy move, which is her main method for that. Hit the Gas 5 for powering up her buddy move and Shadow Ball move, and then her Sync move, Restore Trainer move MP 9, restoring 1 MP to the user's trainer after using its Sync move. So she does have reason to use her Sync. This is one of the best one of the good reasons why she's got support EX is because this gives you a good reason to actually sync with her. You want to sync with her for that support EX, and you also get the restoration to her trainer moves, mostly booster energy, right? So that you can keep alternating between booster energy and Shadow Ball and, whatever else, right? So you can get that good spread damage, the special defense debuffs, and, the first time, the ghost rebuff as well. So that's kind of the intended design for her. Where this design kind of falls short is the fact that her buddy move's not that strong. I mean, it's not, like, pitifully weak either, but she's mostly just working off of her naturally very high offensive stat. Again, 560 plus special attack is great, but she doesn't have any multipliers to back that up. She does have special moves next and special defense debuffs once you actually start getting those ramped up, but still, it's not super crazy compared to what a lot of other attackers can put out with some of their other moves. And you also got to consider this is damage that Iono is alternating between, not something she spams consistently, right? Like, you've got to use the buddy move, you've got to use booster energy, the buddy move, and keep going back and forth between that, right? And that also does not consider the fact that you're going to run out of booster energy NPR, right? Same thing with the trainer move. Again, you can sync to get that back, but for one, you're only getting one of those back, and for two, it's not really worth syncing with her past the first sync for support EX, right? Because there's no multipliers. And I'll be honest, that does not change to 3 to 5, but we'll go in there. We'll go there, right? Anyway, at 2 out of 5, okay, 1 out of 5 grid, she doesn't really get anything. Unflappable, sure. 2 out of 5, she gets healthy healing, quick cure, trainer move NPR, gobsmack 4, fast track 9, healing sun, speeding sun, natural remedy, super sinker. Nothing crazy. I mean, if you want to carry like a ghost week ultimate battle or something, whenever we get that, then super sinker can probably be of use for sure. I mean, you get a lot of extra power on that buddy move, and that could do some good damage. Natural Remedy, Quick Cure, Healthy Healing, Speeding Sun, Healing Sun, Fast Track 9, and Gobsmack. Even Trainer Move NPR. These are all pretty much just gauntlet abilities. Nothing about this is super helpful in outside play. Like, you're not going to be running her in Sun most of the time anyway. Like, you can run Cygnus and Morty as a support, but there's just far better options to run there. Like, Champion Blue in most long battle settings is just going to be better support for her in general, right? Maxing out special attack, applying special moves next buffs, whatever else, right? Flinches for the team, healing, blah, 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 all that junk. And for other characters you want to run with her in Sun, there's not really anyone else, because most of them are physical, and otherwise most of them are pretty bad. It's just you want to run her with, like, Ghost Enhancers, or characters that can be directly buffed off of her, like Ghost Attackers, right? She applies a Ghost Rebuff, run her with, any other Ghost character. Renegade Cynthia applies enhancement to her, and she applies enhancement to Renegade Cynthia. They're a good duo. Anniversary Lily, not a great character, but I mean, she gets buffed. Fantina, Morty, similar cases, right? If you want to just look at free options. And even outside of free options, obviously Summer Gardenia, Costume Eriott, these are 2 good characters as well. Irida's a direct Gardenia's a direct enhancement, and also she's got her own damaging Shadow Ball option, right? And then Irida's a good character to get enhanced off of Eriott from the special defense debuffs, and also the Ghost rebuff, right? You just kind of want to run her with other Ghost attackers instead of trying to, make her work by herself with sunsetting. It's more so just something that she has in case you're, like, strict on options. Like, maybe if you've got the Battle Rally or something and you've got, like, a support boost and you want to use her with Cygnus Suit Morty, right? Because she's got the support EX role, he's got the support main role. You can do something like that. Other than that, not really something you're really trying to prioritize. And again, mostly abilities for the Legendary Gauntlet, which they're fine, nothing really crazy. Most characters come standard equipped with them. 3 out of 5, of course, is what is enhancing her basically everywhere else. Charging Stun 3, Booster Energy BOGO 9, Adrenaline 1, Brain Teaser, Booster Energy Brain Gain 9, Morale Boost 9, Sync Move Special Boost 2, and Opponent Rebuff, Sync Move Power Up. And the 2 Sync Nodes. Okay. So, first of all, how I said, Sync Move does not change much in power between 1 out of 5 and 3 out of 5. Okay, it does, but 90% multiplier here. This is all she's got. Whenever the type enemy's rebuff is lowered, she gets a 90% multiplier for her sync damage. That's all she gets. That's fine because she's got support EX, but it is not fine because she actively wants to sync to be able to do more damage, right? It's kind of how she wants to work. But also similarly, she doesn't have to. His character's kind of hard to play around, honestly. It's because you obviously want to be able to use the stronger of her moves, and also, again, you get that special moves next buff from using booster energy, which you get from using your sync move, but again, that ties back to the sync move not really being valuable post-support EX, because you're not getting too much power out of it. A 90% multiplier is not great. Most other ghost attacking characters have more multipliers than that. Eriott's sure as hell got more. Renegade Cynthia's got more. Gardenia is a supportive character herself, functioning in the same role as Iono, but they also don't try and make you sync with her actively. Morty's got a better nuke. Fantina, I believe Fantina does, right? Smarty Pants and +4 sync nodes, yeah, like... okay, granted, also we're special text. So honestly, there's honestly some instances probably where Iono does have a better nuke, but it's still pretty pitiful, and you want to run just straight up stronger options the whole time for alternative nuking options. You don't want to sync with Iono just to get that stuff back and have a pitiful nuke just to power up a slightly stronger Shadow Ball, right? The reason you want Shadow Ball is for the debuffs and the spread damage, right? That's the main reason you would want it. But honestly, it's just the design that they tried to intend for this character to keep syncing and get the special moves next from the boost energy back, and then use the buddy move, again, does not really work out too well. You kind of just tend to want to spam Shadow Ball, which has its own lower multipliers. I mean, she does have Brain Teaser here as well. So in terms of actual damage for Shadow Ball and terrifying Shadow Ball outside of like the gimmickness, she does have Brain Teaser and Charging Sun. But you may as well ignore Charging Sun, just because, again, back to that example where your pretty much only good option to run with her would be Cygnus at Morty, who even then is not really her best partner. It's not really worth trying to get that 30% multiplier activation when you could be running her with, like, Renegade Cynthia, Costume Eriott, Summer Gardenia, or Costume Eriott, Costume Summer Gardenia, whatever. You have those two combinations of characters, right? You want to run her with those, and you would prefer them over the 30% enhancement she gets for her damaging moves, right? So just take the Brain Teaser and live with that. She also gets Adrenaline 1. That does help with her sync value. So again, syncing with her that first turn for the support EX plus the Adrenaline plus the booster energy stuff, all of that good stuff is valuable for sure. And also on her first sync move, she gets Special Boost 2, giving her +2 special moves next after using her sync move. This is repeatable. Again, this tries to give you more value to using her sync move so that you can then enhance that next very, very strong buddy move, because just think about it. They want you to use her sync move, get the +2 special moves next, use booster energy, get +2 special moves next again from the innate effect plus her passive, and then use the buddy move, which is enhanced off of +4 special moves next, does spread damage, has no split damage, all of that. That's and also same thing with booster energy brain gain 9, except this is actually feasible pretty much outside of that, right? You can actually make utilization of this. One of the biggest fixes would be if they gave her NPR for boost energy. That would help a lot. Just give her that. It would help out a lot of shorter battles. A lot of shorter battles can already be fine with her. Again, you still do want those stronger partners for the most part to run with her, because her only real enhancement is her high special attack stat plus the Ghost rebuff. Her nuke is not that great, but again, she can do high burst damage, I guess, with that Shadow Ball, but again, not like a super duper strong move inherently. Just it's kind of like Nimona in a similar instance. But you want to run her with those like stronger partners, right? That would definitely help her out. That's the kind of gimmick that is messing with me a bit on this character. If they would have given you more incentive to sync with her by making her nuke like actually good, or giving you just more stuff off of using the sync move, then I could see it being far more valuable. But as it is, it's just far more valuable to run a stronger nuking character and keep running, I don't know, with like Shadow Ball damage and whatever else, right? It's not worth trying to use her sync move multiple times to then get restoration on the booster energy, to then get one strong Shadow Ball, and then you have to have, what, 7 more actions to actually get to your next sync move so you can do it again. What are you doing in those other actions? Are you using the trainer move and getting super effective next, or are you using Shadow Ball and not doing too much damage anyway? Because again, no special moves next enhancement, right? That's the problem with this character. Do I think she's bad? No, definitely not. She's going to be able to handle short content pretty well because she can maintain her booster energies and all of that. Like, she'll handle stadium stages, rally, whatever, pretty much just fine because she's got that high burst damage potential similar to Nimona. But for like longer battles, like an ultimate battle, she can definitely peter out towards the end, right? Unless you try and preserve everything for the end, which then earlier on, you're not doing too much. But I mean, either way, whatever. You can definitely make use of this character. She's got good enhancement for other ghost types, but frankly, I don't think she's going to be replacing the like better setups of maybe Renegade Cynthia and Eriott, or Renegade Cynthia and Gardenia, or Gardenia and Eriott, whatever you want to, like, whichever setup would be like what you would consider the best. I don't think she's really like replacing those setups too much. I think she just works a bit better as like a filler option if you don't have those other options to make Ghost work. She's more so, again, a character that you would want to pick up to enhance your ghost types because your ghost types might be bad. and that's just kind of how I see this character. Again, not bad. They definitely did do good by giving her support EX, because if she had like tech or something, it would be far less valuable, because at the very least with support, she does have that reasoning to use that first sync move and get that booster energy NPR back and get the buddy move off and special moves next buffs and whatever else. That does help a lot. But it just means that she's good for shorter battles instead of longer battles, which is apparently going to be, I hope not, but apparently a theme for these Paradox Pokemon. We're 2 for 2 on Paradox Pokemon that are mostly mostly good in shorter battles as opposed to longer battles, or at least heavily preferring it, right? So that's a little bit scary for the future. Let's hope that not all Paradox Pokemon function like that, because especially now where modern content is mostly around ultimate battles or even high score event stages where a lot of them are pretty tough and it may take you 2-3 sync cycles to actually clear, or gauntlet battles which are naturally relatively long. It depends on the character, but still, or the setup, but still, right? Either way. Good character for shorter battles, not a fantastic character for longer ones, because again her damage kind of peters out. And that's mostly all I really got to say. I don't think she's bad, and I definitely do think you can get a lot of good usage out of her, but still, I just not a fan of how they wanted to design her for longer fights where you mostly use a bad sync move to try and enhance one instance of her buddy move and then have nothing in between the next lacking in power sync move. It's a little odd of a design. Again, short battle intended. Whatever though, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. If you're going to be summoning for all I don't know, let me know down in the comments below. I'll do daily discounts and maybe I'll summon later in the month. I'm not really too sure yet. I've got to save gems for probably the worst character, Chantal. Yes, I will not gas up Chantal even near as much as... Okay, I will not... Hey, if I'm going to hate on, I don't know, which I'm not, I've got to do it to Chantal too, even though I'm going for Chantal. Whatever. See you later. Hope you all enjoyed.